It is the 5 deadly career sins and what next, what now, what to do. I'm covering the biggest problems I see as America's kick-ass career coach and how to solve them. Goodness gracious. So I wrote in my email this morning, my Motivational Monday email. And if you're not getting that, mofaul.com, sign up for the weekly emails. I guarantee you not to be too much of a pain in the ass in your inbox. But here's the thing. Always a Monday motivation, always a way to start your weekend start your week out. And I started a few months ago, weekend motivation. So always something for you to listen to in your earbuds over the weekend. Okay. So always something to inspire you. Look, work is a full-time job. Mo, what are you talking about? We spend 8 to 10 hours a day, 5 days a week. That's between 40 and 50, and some people 60, 70, and 80 hours a week at their jobs. There is not one other waking activity you spend that many hours a week in. So it freaking matters what's going on in your job, in your career, in your profession. It matters a lot. If you are in a vampire job, you know it because you are going home and crashing, or you're going home and absolutely losing it with maybe your loved ones, or maybe you're not even with a loved one. Maybe you're with someone who's also soul sucking. Look, birds of a feather flock together. So if you put up with that kind of shit at work, I just want to say one thing. What are you putting up with in your personal life? I want to offer a challenge for all of you who will be following me this week for the 5 deadly career sins. Deadly, I tell you. 5 deadly career sins. We will be looking at the vampire job. We will be looking at, I don't have the list in order. We will be looking at working too hard. We'll be looking at how self-doubt kills you. We'll be looking at the whole idea of, should I quit my job, Mo? I just really want to quit. And so many freaking other things. But I got to tell you this, your vampire job is probably the worst thing I see women do in their careers. Staying in something that is sucking on their neck and not leaving. What the heck are you doing? So each day this week, we're going to be talking about a new topic of this. And if you're watching this as a recording or listening to this on my podcast, stay tuned for the other episodes that I'll be playing from time to time. So I'm going to replay some of these nuggets from time to time, and it's going to be a lot of fun to share what I see going on and what I help my ladies with in my 12-week kick-ass workshop. And so many lovelies are here to say hello, and it's always great to see you guys. So what is a vampire job, Mo? And why am I still in that vampire job? First of all, if you're listening to this broadcast, I want to challenge you to do one thing, take one bit of action after you listen to what I have to say today. And as a matter of fact, you should always make that part of your listening inspirational stuff. Take action on the stuff that's inspiring you. Please don't just get inspired for inspiration's sake. I love being inspired too, but I'm also really, really committed to taking action. You can be inspired and you can feel good for the time that we're here. But if you don't take action, I have not helped you change your life one iota. As a matter of fact, sometimes what we have to do in our 12-week workshop is just really push on taking inspired action time and time again. And when you get a regular diet of taking action, it doesn't feel as onerous as maybe it does now. So I don't know what that action is going to be for you, but please make yourself a personal pledge. I honor to do my duty to support my soul, to take action on something related to my career and life. You got that? All right. That's your pledge for yourself. Take care of yourself, take care of your life, take care of your career. If you take these actions, if you take this inspiration into action, your life will be changed forever. I realized at the beginning of this year that if I made a 1% increase in who I am and what I do every single day, that in the first 100 days of the year, I will have improved 100%. That's like doubling. If you do the math on that, 100% improvement is twice as good. So you can make that type of commitment for yourself, and you can do it. Thank you so much for all of your great comments, and I'm going to share some of them. Thank you very much. So the Motivational Monday extended version is about the deadly career sins and what to do about it. Career sin number 1, the vampire job. Don't you love that term? There is no one in the world who needs an explanation of what that means. The vampire job is a soul-sucking experience. You know, it's worse than an actual vampire, because an actual vampire, we know how to take care of it. As a matter of fact, we've seen the movies. We've seen the vampires melt into like nothing. And I think we've got like a wooden stake to the heart, a cross, and cloves of garlic, I think, are the antidotes for killing off that vampire. So we know what to do to a vampire that's attacking us in the middle of the night. Isn't it great that we already know what to do? So I'm going to give you the stake in the heart, the cross, and the cloves of garlic for what to do for your job vampire. Take notes. Pay heed, lest you get bitten in the neck, in the soul's neck. That could be very dangerous. The vampire job is sucking the life out of your soul. And you have created for yourself an alias in order to deal with it. Haven't you? There's a version of you who isn't real, who you've had to fabricate in order to deal with this vampire job. This soul-sucking job of yours has made you create an identity that isn't really you. And I know this. Why? Well, first of all, I coach on it all the time. But secondly, maybe I have actually done it once or twice. Maybe I've had to protect my soul and create a persona around it. Maybe. You can go look at my LinkedIn profile and decide which one it was. The evil vampire laugh. But a vampire job is no laughing matter. As a matter of fact, the toll it takes on your family is perhaps even as significant as the toll it takes on you. And if you're old enough, it's already started to sink in the physical manifestation of chronic ailments, illnesses, high blood pressure. If you're like me, breast cancer. One of my beautiful coaches on my team, also cancer. Eventually, the soul sucking depletes us so much that the brain has to cry out for help, and creates a disease in the body to try to get your attention. And if you're paying attention at all, maybe the high blood pressure will get your attention, maybe the chronic headaches, maybe a skin rash, maybe GI symptoms. I just spoke with a woman on a clarity call. Her GI symptoms starting to act up, going to the doctor tomorrow or Wednesday. And yeah, there's real physical problems that happen from a vampire job, because once our energy body is depleted, that's code language for soul. Once that's depleted, we have to grab energy from somewhere. So what do? We start to grab it from our actual physical body. And that's why you feel so depleted every single day when you have a vampire job. Because in order to maintain the energy needed to be you during the day, when you have zero soul energy, which is your most powerful energy, when you have zero of that, you now have to pull from the body to get the energy to live your day. I don't know about you, but that totally sucks. It sucks in a macro way, not just on the micro level. So you got someone sucking at your neck, your soul's neck. Your energy is completely depleted. You're coming home in a heap, or you're pissed off. You have to cook dinner and make things happen for your family. A woman's work is never done. And what happens is that you keep depleting and depleting and depleting and depleting. What happens if you write a check on a bank account with zero money? You know exactly what happens. But for some reason, you keep writing checks on yourself, having a vampire job month out, year after year. You keep expecting those freaking checks to cash. You're writing them on zero. So why would this be different? You have to consider the fact that this depletion is real. And if you don't, you're going to get your body to give you a wake-up call. Your body is going to say, hello, Peggy, Debbie, Tanya, Dawn. What about this job don't you get? It's killing you. Don't you dare think for 1 minute that it's what you have to do to have a job. Don't you please buy into the lies and the myths that you've been told since you were yay big about what life is about. Life is about enjoying the soul, expansion, and growth and contribution in this world. That's what you were born to do. And I got a great reminder this weekend babysitting my 2-year-old granddaughter. She is on this earth to delight and to be herself. And at 2, she hasn't had someone to tell her any different. So she's going to enjoy herself. She's going to say what she wants. She's going to be polite and happy and loving because no one has blasted her for it. Thank you very much to my children who are raising her quite well. Thank you very much. And she was a delight all weekend. So we have got to appreciate that our soul's journey on this planet is to enjoy the journey. Do not subscribe to the life sucks and then you die. If that's you, get the frick out right now. Just boop. Here's the deal. There is help. There are other ways. You do not have to put up with a soul-sucking job. But here's the thing, and I'm going to cover this either Wednesday or Thursday. Don't quit. Don't quit. Do what you must to raise your soul's vibration and be different. Woman after woman in our workshop, after several weeks of a job they felt like they needed to quit, a career they felt like they needed to abandon, they needed to pull the plug on something that felt crappy. After a few weeks of working with us, they realized that they're freaking awesome and they can handle it and they can be a champ no matter where they are and what's going on. And then, oh, by the way, they attract something marvelous. Because that soul-sucking place has a vibration like way down here, or I can't, off-screen vibrational quotient. And right now, if you're in a soul-sucking vampire job, that's where you're vibrating every single day. And you're attracting all the stuff that equals that quotient. So here you are in the unified field, God's beautiful universe, hanging out in just, let's just call it a sucky neighborhood, a sucky vibrational neighborhood. And you're going to get equal to what goes there. So it's going to feel pretty blighted, pretty depleted, pretty much like that's what life's going to hand you. And it's really because your soul has been shrunk down to not even vibrating anymore. You've gotten so depleted that you're pulling from your liver and your kidneys and your heart and your intestines and your brain and your bloodstream for energy. That can't go on. That cannot continue. Yes, someone put autoimmune diseases in the chat box. Of course. Because the body is fighting against itself because the soul and the brain that's running that soul is freaking out to lunch. You need to re-engage. So here's the wooden spike I want you to drive through the heart of this vampire. Are you ready? Number 1, get freaking real with yourself. Get real about what your situation is. And if you're not ready to get real with what your situation is, you cannot fix it. You cannot fix it. So you need to get real with your situation. And if you need help with that, me and my career breakthrough strategist do that on our career clarity calls. And we're going to have the link. And if you need a link to book that call, mofaul.com/give me clarity. Let me just make sure I got that link correct. Call me. Okay. Here's the better link, mofaul.com/call me. And we'll get you booked for your career clarity call, because getting to the truth of the matter is getting to the heart of the matter, and driving that spike into the heart of the vampire is the first thing you need to do. Face the vampire and boom, get to your truth. Number one. And if you need to take action on something like that right now, put it to do as soon as this is over. Put it to do and do it. Well, maybe later, next week, after my son's graduation, after this, after that. That's why you're still there. The vampire is winning. Take action. Number one, get to the truth, drive a stick into the heart of the matter, and know what the frick you're dealing with. Numero uno. Number two. So now you have the truth of the matter. You're in a vampire job, soul sucking. You have nothing left. And what's happening is that your body is now the reservoir for what you need to live your life. And it hurts. And it's depleting your entire physical body. And it sucks. And your body's going to show you something sooner or later. All of our DNA is programmed to show us something unique to who we are. Some DNA is going to be programmed to show you something in your GI system. Some is going to show you something in your reproductive system. Some is going to show you something in your breast. Some is going to show you something in your brain, your head, your headaches, high blood pressure, your kidneys, your heart. Your DNA has triggers that are going to get triggered. And I don't know what they are. Maybe someday we'll know what they all are. But we know now how the DNA works under stress. It decomposes the telomeres that make us feel young and vibrant, and that give us all kinds of positive programming every time cells repeat. Those telomeres in our body get degraded and broken down. And if they get broken down in a certain chromosome, boom, cancer, boom, high blood pressure, boom, diabetes, diverticulitis, rheumatoid arthritis, fibromyalgia, skin rash, whatever. Okay? That's what's going to happen as you stay in a vampire job. And I can guarantee you, just like I can guarantee anything with the laws of the universe, that it's going to work a certain way. I know how it works. I've read all the books. I've coached hundreds and hundreds of women through this process. After I did it for myself, after I did it with my teams in corporate America, I know exactly what is going on. And I want to help you, because your life is too precious than to just keep living the same way and having that vampire sucked on your neck and pulling everything out of you. Please don't let yourself live any longer. So the second thing to do, the first thing was to get the heart of the matter, drive a stick to the heart of it, get to the truth. That's the first thing. The second thing to do is take care of your body. Take care of your body. If you haven't been to the doctor in a while, get there. If you seriously have not had a checkup or a workup or whatever, please get that done and then begin to take care of your body. Thank you very much for that comment. She sure has. Experienced coach. Amen. All right. So take care of your body. That's going to be the bundle of garlic that kills off the vampire. And maybe that's the werewolf. Same thing. I'm going to mix the vampire and werewolf stories together just because I can. Because I'm making this stuff up, folks, because I want to get the metaphors across to you so you take action and have a life that's more worthy of you and not living the lies that other people have told you. So you're going to, number one, get to the heart of the matter. Get to the truth. And if that means that you have to book your clarity call, you're going to freaking book that clarity call, mofaul.com/call me. And if we can help you advance to where you need to be, we're going to talk about our workshop. If you're not a good fit or someone else can help you, we'll send you another direction. You are worth whatever the investment is in my workshop. You are worth it. And I'm not going to tell you what that is until we talk to you, because that's like asking a hip surgeon how much hip surgery costs. Well, it costs $0 if you don't need hip surgery. And it costs 17 times what it costs if you don't do the hip surgery. So you might as well think about it. What do I need to do to freaking change this situation that is sucking my soul dry? What do I freaking need to do to finally get mine? What do I freaking need to do to finally get that contribution level and that compensation level to equal? Because chances are you're working your ass off and the pay does not quite match up with what you're contributing at the workplace. Why do I know? I talked to thousands of women over the years. Thousands. Matter of fact, I had lunch with a really good friend of mine. Water break. I had lunch with a really good friend of mine who's an attorney, and she said to me, gosh, Mo, you probably know more about women's experience in the work world than anyone out there with all the women you've talked to and all the women you've coached. And I say, yes. I say, yes, I do. You go find her. There is no one who has spoken to as many women about their careers in person than me. Go ahead. You find them. Real conversations, real nitty gritty, real truth. mofaul.com/call me. I can't guarantee you that I will do your clarity call. One of my beautifully trained career breakthrough strategist coaches will, and they'll take care of you. We'll get to the truth of the matter. We will absolutely help you understand what's really going on. So that's the number one action I want you to take. The number two action, the cloves of garlic to ward off evil spirits, is to take care of your body. Get a medical checkup. Take care of what's going on in your body, and do not let this vampire job do irreparable damage to your body. Full disclosure, I've had my breasts cut out. I've had them replaced with my muscle and fat tissue from my abdomen 10 and a half years ago. I've had my uterus and ovaries removed and my gallbladder. So gallbladder, anger, check it out. All of these things are the body grabbing our attention. Little side story. One day I went to work. I had a couple of gallbladder attacks when I was on the road traveling, and one was so intense and so horrible. I felt like I had to go to the emergency room, but I had a meeting with the administration of the hospital the next morning, and I'm like, I can't show up in the emergency room and then do the meeting I need to have. And the meeting I needed to have was like intense. So kind of had to keep the meeting. Vampire job. So got through that gallbladder attack in the middle of the night, showed up, of course, rocked my meeting the next morning, and had a couple of other gallbladder attacks over the next couple of months. I went to work one morning, really sick to my stomach, really feeling horrible, but we were having ironic as this is, a health fair at my work, a health fair. Now, I'm the leading executive in our local office. So I felt like I had to be there and cheer on the health fair and cheer on the employees and get your blood pressure and cholesterol and take care of yourself. And I'm a registered nurse and I'm into health and fitness. And so I just had to be there. I couldn't call out sick to the health fair. Could I? No. So I go to work feeling crappy. They take my blood pressure. It's like ridiculously high. Like I've never had a blood pressure before, like 180 over 110. And they were like, you think maybe you should eat something? I'm like, I can't eat anything. I feel horrible. I feel sick to my stomach. No, have a half a banana. You'll feel better. How about a granola bar? And I'm like, okay. I'm like eating that stuff just to appease them. And I'm a little bit scared and shocked at my blood pressure. I've never seen that before on me. And, take care of stuff, health fair, rah. Thanks for all the employees coming out. And this has been great and wonderful. And take care of your body. We care about you as the employer, all that wonderful, lovely stuff. I had a conference call in my office. So I went back to my office feeling queasy and out of sorts, and my head was spinning and I get on my conference call and I'm having the conference call and I'm talking about the stuff I need to, but my head's kind of spinning and I don't really feel right. And that moment where you think you're going to throw up and you're hoping you don't, but you kind of think you have to. So I said, can I just put you on hold for a second? I put the conference call on hold. I pick up my trash can and I literally throw up in my trash can. Seriously. Gross alert for everyone. I threw up my trash can. I kind of felt like I finished it off and wiped up and blah, blah, blah. I get back on my conference call. I know. Am I really admitting this? Finish the conference call. I have no idea what I decided. I have no idea what the outcome. I have no idea to this day even remembering who was the conference call. I call my assistant and I'm like, I got to go home. I can't, I'm sick. Something's going on. I don't know. Well, I get in the car and I can hardly drive. And now I've got the pains in my gallbladder area. Meet me in the emergency room. I go to the nearest emergency room to my house, which was like 45 minutes away. And freaking my gallbladder had a serious attack. My liver was toxic. It was balls to the walls, horrible. Because I wasn't listening. I wasn't paying attention. So vampire job, which I was really kick ass at and making a lot of money and feeling pretty good about the contribution I was making in that company. And we were doing awesome stuff growing this company. But you know what? I was trashing my body. And warning signs, I'm a tough cookie. It takes a lot to take me out. Punch. I was in the hospital for over a week. And then I was back home recovering after a gallbladder taken out for I don't know how long. So it sucked. But the bottom line is, action number 2 I want you to take is to take care of your body. Go see a doctor. Go get yourself checked out. And begin to keep your body hydrated. It's one of the kick-ass moves that we do in my workshop because most human beings are walking around the planet chronically dehydrated. And I know you're going to say, Mo, I drink plenty of water all day long. Really? How much? And don't lie to me. Don't lie. I coach people to drink water for a living, and I still don't feel like I drink enough. Now, if you drink over your half your body weight in water, please make sure you add a little bit of salt. I'm not giving you medical advice, just practical solutions to staying active and happy during the day. And if you're drinking alcohol, flying, exercising, or having caffeinated beverages, make sure that you're also replacing that stuff, okay? Because those things deplete your body with the proper hydration. Okay, that's action number 2. You got those actions down? Because I'm laying it down, and please do take action after this broadcast. Item number 3. So let's see. It's drive the stake in the heart. It's the garlic cloves. And then it's, the cross. Ha ha. How are you going to weave this in, Mo? So we're going to weave this in. DI flat. Yeah. Gotcha. Oh, someone's feeling my pain. I gotcha going. Yeah. See, the body's important, ladies. Our body will tell us that life sucks. We've got to pay attention to it, and we got to take care of it. Eventually, the body will be so wrapped up into our energy depletion that it will have a medical condition or a surgical condition or both. Okay? Sounds like you need to flip that, Elizabeth Louise. Flip the water in the coffee. Just saying. Okay. So the next thing that you must do to counteract this vampire job, and I talk about this in my webinar. If you've not seen my webinar, please go to mofaul.com/masterclass, and I'm going to teach you about my 5 shifts that are important for you to understand in order to overcome that. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I'm doing with a career. Things are not on track for me. If that's where you're living every day, I want you to absolutely go to my masterclass, mofaul.com/masterclass, and learn about my 5 shifts. I'm about to talk about one of them right now, one of those 5 shifts. And this is also showing the vampire, the cross to ward them off. Remember that in like Dracula or something, the person with the cross? Don't bite my neck. I believe. I'm not trying to make fun of religion. A cross is definitely a symbolic gesture of having faith. And so you must have faith in who? Yes, God. Sure, of course. The number 1 faith is in yourself. And the way I interpret the way the universe works and the way that our God works is that it is through us. We don't take action not inspired we don't, like, God's not doing stuff out there that like forces us to sign something or to send an email. Like, God's not forcing us to do stuff. We are doing it of our own free will. And this is the tricky part about faith. You have free will. You have free will to do what it is that you will do. Whether you're answering the free will of fear and panic and anxiety and being in despair, that's free will also. Or whether you're rising up to taking action from being optimistic and positive and feeling the love of your creator and source from within. That's your free will. God doesn't do things for you. You have free will. So I want to say this to all my lovely Christian faith-based ladies. You must take the action. You must have faith in yourself, and God shows up. If you don't have faith in yourself, you really don't have faith in God. Try that out. Oh, I have faith in God. I just don't believe in myself. No, it doesn't work that way. You can't have faith in this thing out here that's supposed to be supreme being who created you and not have it in the thing that was created. Faulty logic. I'm going to call bullshit on that. You have got to have faith in the creation of the creator. That's you. You must dig into who you are and why you're here, and you must have faith in the fact that you are a divine being on this planet. You were sent here to do something awesome and freaking and wonderful with your life. Get going. And the only way you can get going is to have faith in yourself. So if you need to borrow some of that from your God, do that. You've got to find it. If you are not taking action on a vampire job that you have, it's because you don't have faith. Why else would you not take action on something that's absolutely hurting you? Imagine if that was your little child, and your little child was being hurt every single day and showing up and getting bullied and tossed and turned and disrespected and not paid enough and working their ass off and etc. Wouldn't you say, look, I believe in you. You can do something else. You can go out there and find something. And how about if your little kid said, no, not now. I'll wait 10 years. They'll eventually find me and promote me. No, you must have the faith yourself. If you don't, I'm telling you right now, as your kick-ass, I love you very much coach, then you truly do not have faith in your creator. So get square with that. Take an action on having faith. Take action on faith. And if that means applying for jobs, if that means taking yourself to the next level, if that means asking for a promotion, whatever that means, you've got to have the faith in yourself that you can do something more than a soul-sucking vampire job. If you don't have that kind of faith in yourself, it means you don't have it at all. You can't have faith out there and be disrespecting yourself in your job. That's why I purposely call this series The Deadly Career Sins. The sins. And I mean that in every way, shape, and form of that word. If you are disrespecting yourself by staying in a soul-sucking, numb-out vampire job, you do not have faith. And you are sinning against yourself. You're sinning against everyone who loves you. You're sinning against the contribution that your soul could be making. You are making the biggest mistake against your soul and against your creator. Your creator did not make you to suck in a job or to be in a job that was taking everything out of you, that was a job depleting the heck out of your soul and your body. No way. Ah, but Mo, why then? So that you could get stronger. So that you could be the full version of you. You have to step up. So the third thing I want you to do is grab that cross. Grab your faith and step up for yourself. Step up for your creator. Step up for your family. Step up for your future. Step up for your financial freedom. Step up. There's no they causing this to happen. It's you. And you have to step up and step into your power. And I'm telling you what, one of the first lines in my email this morning was that I am pissed off. And let me tell you, I am happy and delighted to be pissed off. And I can be angry and I can be pissed off and still love myself and still love my creator. But you have got to get real with yourself. You've got to take care of your physical body so you have the strength and the energy to do what you need to do for yourself and your family. And you need to step up with faith. You absolutely need to own the fact that you are the only one who can change your destiny. You are the only one who can make decisions for yourself and your career. And a little PS, if you have a husband that you respect and you share finances and all that sort of thing, then get him the heck on board. Because if you are vampire sucked, your husband's not happy either. News flash. Okay? Your husband, if he truly loves you, or your partner, or whoever loves you the most and the intimate partnership that you have, if that person doesn't understand that you need to do something different and serious in order to change the trajectory of your life, then you're not with the right person. That will be covered maybe next month. Okay? You have got to take charge of your career for you. And if that partner of yours is not on board with that, and you let that be the thing, shame on you, with all due respect. Freaking get yourself where you need to be for you. And all the people who love you, who really care about you, really care. Not just the ones who are feeding off your neck also. Because chances are, if you've got a vampire job, you probably have one other person or maybe a few who are sucking the blood off your neck also, because you're allowing it to happen. And that's your attractor pattern. So stop it, get off that, and change things forever for yourself. These 5 deadly career sins are not just career. I could take out the word career and call it life. I could take out life and call it soul. These are soul sins. For you to be able to show up at work every day with someone taking everything out of you, it's disrespectful to yourself because you're the one who keeps showing up over and over. I'm not saying to quit. I'm saying get to the heart of the matter. Get to what really is the truth. Drive that stake into the truth of the matter. And then take care of your body and take a stand for yourself and step forward in faith. You've got to take action to make this happen. That vampire job is not going to fix itself. That life of yours is not going to fix itself. That car is not going to drive itself. Not yet. Someday we will have self-driving cars. I won't be able to use that analogy anymore. But I will tell you this. Your career in life is driven by one person only. Only one. You. You have got to get to the truth of what's really going on with yourself. That vampire job needs to be over for you. You need to take your own health in your hands and do something to honor your health and to honor yourself. That soul-sucking vampire job may have actually depleted your physical body, and you need to have a fully intact body. And you need to step forward with faith. My friends and sisters, I did it multiple times in my career, and I keep doing it, actually, running my own business and having to make scary, crazy, beautiful, wonderful decisions every day. It is fun when we find our zone and step into faith and purpose. It's fun and exhilarating, and that's how I want to live the rest of my life. You know that myth about being comfortable and cruise control and just glide out of the air for the next 10 or 15 years? Myth, lie, 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 lie. What you really want is a steady diet of uncomfortable so that you can continue to grow, that you can continue to express all that your creator meant for you to be. that you can continue to earn and contribute in companies and organizations or for yourself and make the money and the contribution that feels so good that your heart is singing and your heart is alive. There's nothing better when one of the women in my workshop lands their dream job and finally feels good. As a matter of fact, there is one thing better. You know what the one thing better is? The post that happened yesterday in my Facebook group in the workshop of a woman who's in a environment that she's running on the treadmill as fast as she can. And she was looking at all of her coworkers as adversaries against her because she's in a vampire job. And she came to the realization over the weekend that it's her. She's created the scenario. And now she is recreating the scenario. And she has shifted and changed things in a matter of weeks. And now she owns her truth as a creator of her life, as a responsible driver in the driver's seat. And she's changing everything for good. Now, I know as her kick-ass coach that her vibrational energy has shifted massively. And the thing I know to be true, again, as true as gravity, I talk about it all the time, is that when your vibrational energy gets to a higher level, you attract higher level people, places, things, opportunities, and money. It's the way it works forever and ever. Amen. It's the way the universe was put together by your God and your God and your God and your God and your creator and your source and your quantum physics manual. It's the way the universe works for sure. Guaranteed as gravity. And so what you need to do, yes, indeed, be uncomfortable for a purpose. Not uncomfortable because you're in a soul-sucking job. That's not uncomfortable. That's a sin. There's a big difference between being aligned and in purpose and being uncomfortable because you're stepping out a little bit further. You're stretching the bounds of who you are and what you're capable of. You're expanding your sense of self. That feels good, uncomfortable. If you're in a vampire job, you have bad uncomfortable. You have pain. You have depletion. You have low energy, low vibration, and you're attracting bullshit because it matches what you've got going on. Change it now, and you'll change it forever. You have your action. I only asked you to commit to one action on each one of these episodes, but I'm going to tell you what, I just gave you 3 of the most powerful nuggets to do for your career and your life to change the trajectory of a vampire job. I'm going to talk about job trauma. I'm going to talk about working hard. I'm going to talk about self-doubt. And I'm going to talk about that urge to quit. All the rest of these episodes, we're going to nail down why it is that things may not be working for you. And all sorts of wonderful, wonderful comments. I love you all. Love you. And I wish for you, each and every one of you, that you have the heart of the matter, the truth of what's really going on for yourself so you can take the right, proper action based on that truth. And that you have a physical body that absolutely is there for your energy and honoring it and giving you the vitality that you want to have the life that you want. And that you absolutely step forward in faith of yourself, because that's what your creator gave you. Your creator gave you faith. Exert it inward, exert it to your soul, and step forward. Step to the next version of you. It's there. As soon as you step, it's there. Ladies, I love each and every one of you for being here. I cannot wait for tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. I cannot wait to keep delivering for you the best nuggets, the best truth, the best coaching that I have and that we see in my workshop. This is the real truth, and this is the stuff that no one else out there is weaving together for you. For you, professional women need something more than standard, superficial, easy answers. This is not easy, but it is simple. Weave your soul into yourself and move forward. Love yourself and love your creator enough to get out of situations that absolutely suck and suck you dry. You're worth so much more. And I love and bless every single one of you and every single one of your souls that wants to be seen and shown and show up beautifully. And I would love to have the opportunity to help you at an intimate level in my workshop if that's the right fit for you. First step, book your call. So it's mofaul.com/call me. And one of us will take care of you on that clarity call. And if we can help you, we'll get you rocking and rolling in our 12-week miracle making kick-ass workshop. Darlings, it's been fun. Thanks everyone for being here today. And we will see you on the next episode. Rock on. You are kick-ass. You are enough. You are a soul. Bring it to yourself. See you next time.